You just had a chat with one of my colleagues about seeing if you can, if there's any problems and things.
Yeah.
There are quite a few problems. We've got various emails and things that are going out for various different things.
Okay.
Wait for the bus to go past. As you probably just saw, I was in a discussion with two of your colleagues only 2 minutes ago while you stood across the road.
Yeah.
They have just harassed, in the words of the customers, in the words of every customer I've spoken to, this particular individual for the third time in 2 days.
Okay.
He's come in to buy an item from us on Monday. He got it home. He didn't know how to reset it properly. Wait for the bus to go. He was harassed as soon as he bought the console. He couldn't get it home properly, he didn't know how to reset it. It's a video reset, you press and hold the power button and it sets it to the TV.
Yeah.
He didn't know that. He brought it back because he was stopped as soon as he was halfway down the road.
Yeah.
And with this altercation as well, he brought back the console, he had to refund that console. No quibble. Sorry sir, because of your additional problems, no quibble, just going to lose them, do a refund. He then leaves the store. As he leaves the store with his refund in hand, he's asked what he sold for the second time.
Yeah.
He had the receipt first time, doesn't have a receipt second time, but he's got money in his pocket from the receipt. He's then harassed by that for the second time on that day. That was Monday or Tuesday, I don't remember now. He's now come in a third time, he's got his refund from his console.
Yeah.
He wants to buy a mobile phone. Him and his brother again, the third time, police officers have come in, this time while they're in the store.
Yes.
Excuse me sir, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Third time, this Asian male with his Asian brother are being interviewed by the police.
Yeah.
He's fed up with it.
Yeah.
He's walked out without buying a mobile phone.
Yeah.
So, and not just that, I've had a chat with your colleagues as well, and I've told them in no uncertain terms, unless you're going to stop and search him, you're not going to be taking his details for a third time. It's just not fair.
Okay.
I've already dealt with a complaint from that gentleman as well as at least 9 other individuals. And I was also in the process of speaking to another individual who has also been harassed in his words. He's been pulled over by the police since he's come in that store 2 times in the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
You've waited until he's got to his bike, which is by McDonald's, and you've had 6 of him jump on him.
Yeah.
6 of you and your colleagues have jumped on this particular individual because he's gone into Snowies. You've then had your wagon follow him on the second time. It's only a couple of days ago. Was walking towards House of Fraser or whatever. Not even House of Fraser. What's the Walmart?
Sainsbury's.
Not Sainsbury's, past there.
Transfer.
Not M&S. You have to go up the steps. It used to be B&Q or something. Matalan, that's right. So he's walking towards Matalan. He's going up the stairs there. Again, I've just been speaking to him just while the officers come in to interview and have a word with the Asian gentleman. He waited until he left the store and he's picked up round the corner. I'm having complaint after complaint after complaint that everyday people are being stopped from doing their day-to-day business in High Wycombe.
If they wish to make a complaint, they can ring 101, or if you go into Hyson Police Station, make a formal complaint that way, and then it'll get assessed by our sergeant. If you're not happy with that, you can take it up to the inspector and so on.
But these people don't have time to be doing these. They're just getting harassed on a day-to-day basis. I can't remember exactly how many leads I'm leading up on at the minute, and having to apologise to various people. Some of the people I can't find as well.
Yeah.
And some of the people are going to be coming back to me and having a chat with me about it. I don't mind what you're doing, but the problems I'm hearing on a day-to-day basis are, excuse me sir, what are you selling? What do you mean what am I selling? I've come to buy a mobile phone. Not on, is it? You're supposed to be acting with impartiality, and you're supposed to be operators of adhering to the law, and you don't come into you don't go into cash converter saying, excuse me, what are you selling? Now, you don't need to justify your actions. I'm aware that obviously you have an operation going on. I don't mind that. You're doing your job. You're being asked to do your job. But you need to be aware you are stopping from everyday people from doing their duties or their jobs, or from and also from stopping people like those 2 Asian males today In total, that you've lost £100 worth of trade because you are harassing our customers. Their words, not mine. At the minute, that's the problem we've got. So
if you want to make a complaint even on yourself, if you want to make a complaint about more than welcome to, you can.
Are you aware of my complaints I've got going on with the forces at the minute?
No, I haven't got anything about. I don't get put about complaints.
I will show you.
Okay then. Who's dealing with it currently?
Your boss's boss.
If you want to have a chat to him then, obviously say obviously what you want to do.
It's still being investigated. I'm leaving it in his hands. At the minute I'm still click and play. According to yourselves, this is not an assault.
Not moving currently, is it?
Okay, I'll click on it again, sorry.
I can't comment on it.
You can't comment on it, but in your professional capacity, you can understand. We've already got one complaint going on. Yeah. That is clear assault. I'm not wearing it today. I've just been too busy. I'm almost always wearing my ankle brace. Today I've obviously forgot, so throughout the day it will no doubt be hurting. But every day for the last 7 months I've been wearing an ankle brace. Off camera, I don't have a recording of it. I've got 2 witnesses. The guy's stamped on my foot as well. And I've got a big massive bruise, which is an ankle sprain. Sounds fairly innocuous. And you guys are not you haven't even interviewed him yet. Now when your sergeant been emailed and it's gone to your sergeant or one of the sergeants, whoever it is, I don't have the details to hand, he's investigating that at the minute. So yes, we will probably be making a complaint if this carries on. But before I do, I want to have as many people that I've spoken to, and I've already got about 9 people, I think it is, that I've spoken to. Some of them feel it's racially motivated. I've already spoken to Mr. Hoskin about it. Some of them don't. But certainly lots of people are feeling as if they are being unduly harassed. They're being stopped without caution. They're being pressured into providing information. They're not breaking any laws. They're being pressured into the information, and then when I ask them, they say yes, they're feeling uncomfortable. I ask them to see if they've got a stop and search receipt, and they say no. You're not breaking any laws. You're not stop and searching someone. You're just asking, how are you doing, sir? Can I ask you a few questions? It's fine. But asking every single one that goes through that store, pretty much without exception. I've said my piece. That's my complaint. You've gone into the store to have a chat with my colleagues. They're not going to. Their job isn't to be raising these complaints. That's my job. So you've asked my colleagues, how are things going on outside? How are things going inside? Do you have any problems? These are the problems.
Okay. Then.
Made you aware of it. How will you deal with that information? I'll let you decide.
Yeah. So I can't take it any further. You make another complaint. So which you have to.
I do not want to be wasting the police's time. To be wasting their time with a complaint about these 9 people. If there are more complaints, then I will be wasting the police's time because it's no longer a waste of police's time. What I would like you to do is to not waste the police resources in the first place. That's the reason why I didn't want to make this complaint about my assault. I didn't want to waste the police's resources. But the police didn't look at that particular case, and now I'm having to waste an inspector's time in interviewing
You're not wasting our time, trust that. So if you want to make a complaint, you're more than entitled to. It will not be a waste of time at all. You're entitled to that sort of your prerogative. If you want to make a complaint, you can ring 101 or go to Harrison Police Station and talk to them there, and then they'll get you your contact details.
See,
take it further.
again,
I can't start taking complaints myself.
I'm aware.
I can't investigate.
But again, I was speaking to someone yesterday that they had a stolen item taken from them. We helped them get it recovered, and I then spoke to them and said, why didn't you report it to the police? And they said, the police aren't going to do anything. If I do this and raise a complaint to 101, the diddly squat will get done. I'm not interested in wasting my time or your time getting diddly squat done. So I'm not going to waste my time at this stage making that complaint. Thank you very much for obviously informing me about my rights, making sure that I can make a complaint. I'm not interested in an NFA, so I'm not going to waste my time. I would just like, you've asked me to make you aware of the problems. I'm making you aware of the problems, and hopefully that will allow you to do your job a little bit better.
Okay, that's your opinion, type of your opinion. If you want to make a complaint, more than